Are you working harder than ever but feel like you're just spinning your wheels financially? It's a frustratingly common story. But what if I told you that some of the most normal, everyday financial habits are actually silent wealth killers? Millions of people are caught in financial traps they don't even see coming. These aren't just little slip-ups. They are destructive patterns that can sabotage your dream of ever building real, lasting wealth. Today, we're dragging all 7 of them into the light. And by the end of this, you'll have the blueprint to sidestep them for good. 1. The golden handcuffs of lifestyle creep lifestyle. Let's kick things off with the sneakiest trap of them all, lifestyle creep. Here's how it gets you. You land a raise, a promotion, or a nice bonus. You earned it, right? Time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So you upgrade. A nicer car, a bigger apartment, fancier dinners out, a more exotic vacation. Each little bump feels small, justified, and completely harmless. But this slow and steady increase in spending as your income goes up is a stealth predator. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it's the #1 reason people earning 6 figures can still be living paycheck to paycheck. So why is this so fatal? Because every time you upgrade your lifestyle, you're secretly moving your own financial goalposts further away. The cash that could have been building your wealth, getting invested, or crushing debt is instead swallowed by a higher cost of living. You feel like you're getting ahead because your paycheck is bigger, but you're just running faster on the same old hamster wheel. You're working to maintain a lifestyle, not to build your freedom. This is how you get slapped with golden handcuffs, that high-paying job you can't afford to leave because your bills have grown right alongside your salary. The real danger? This new, expensive life becomes your new normal, leaving you with no safety net and totally vulnerable to the next financial shock. The fix isn't about never enjoying your money. It's about being intentional. The second you get a raise, before you spend a single dime of it, make a plan. Commit to automatically saving and investing at least half of that new income. If you get a $500 monthly raise, set up an immediate automatic transfer of $250 into your investment account. That way, you still get a lifestyle boost, but you're paying your future self first. You're deliberately creating a gap between what you earn and what you spend, and that gap is where wealth is born. 2. The quicksand of high-interest debt. Next up is the trap that keeps millions of people in a state of financial servitude: high-interest debt. The problem here is staring us all in the face, yet so many of us fall into it. Credit cards, payday loans, and even some of those buy now, pay later deals are engineered to make you feel like you can have it all right now. They sell you instant gratification, but the long-term price is brutal. With average credit card interest rates hitting nearly 22%, carrying a balance is like trying to swim with an anchor tied to your ankles. The system is designed to keep you paying, often for years and years, on stuff that lost its shine ages ago. Let's be crystal clear about how destructive this is. If you're only making minimum payments, you're basically signing up for a never-ending cycle of debt. That $1,000 gadget you swiped your card for could end up costing you $2 or $3 grand by the time you pay it off, thanks to interest alone. High-interest debt doesn't just empty your wallet. It drains your mental energy and steals your future options. It cripples your ability to save, to invest, or to take smart risks that could change your life, like starting a business. It's a prison, plain and simple. The solution requires getting aggressive. You need a debt repayment battle plan. The 2 most popular are the avalanche and snowball methods. The avalanche method has you attack the debt with the highest interest rate first, which saves you the most money in the long run. The snowball method has you knock out the smallest debts first to score some quick, motivating wins. Pick the one that fires you up and stick to it. If you have to, take scissors to the cards. The most important rule? Stop digging. Shift your entire mindset from borrowing for a lifestyle to building one with the money you actually have. 3. The empty promise of "I'll start later." Trap number 3 is maybe the most tragic of all because it's built on doing nothing. It's the silent killer of dreams we call procrastination, the "I'll start later" trap. The problem is the comforting little lie we tell ourselves. I'm young, I've got plenty of time, or I'll get serious about investing once I'm making more money. This is one of the costliest financial mistakes you can ever make because it completely disrespects the most powerful force in finance: compound interest. Delaying investing, even for just a few years, can literally cost you hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of dollars. Let me make this real for you. Say Sarah starts investing $300 a month at age 25. By the time she's 65, assuming a pretty standard 8% annual return, she'll have over $1 million. Now, let's look at Mike. He decides to wait until he's 35 to start investing that same $300 a month. By age 65, he'll have less than $440,000. That 10-year delay cost him more than $500,000. He has to invest more than double the amount just to try and catch up. The price of waiting is astronomical because time is the one resource you can never, ever get back. The solution is almost insultingly simple. Start now. Not tomorrow, not next payday, but today. It doesn't matter if it's $50 a month or $5 a month. Open a retirement account like a Roth IRA or a 401k, especially if your job offers a match. That's literally free money. The key is to build the habit. Set it on autopilot so the money is invested before you even have a chance to miss it. The goal isn't to start big, the goal is just to start. Your future self will thank you more than you can possibly imagine. 4. The emotional spending vortex. All right, trap number 4 is an inside job. It operates from within your own mind. I'm talking about the emotional spending vortex. Here's the scene. Bad day at work. A little online shopping will make it better. Feeling bored? Let's scroll through Amazon. See your friends on Instagram showing off a new car or a lavish vacation? That little pang of envy sends you straight to the checkout page to keep up. This is emotional spending, letting feelings like stress, boredom, sadness, or even happiness drive your financial decisions instead of logic. And marketers are masters at pulling these emotional strings. This is a fatal trap because it creates a toxic loop. You spend money for a quick emotional hit, which is almost always followed by a crash of guilt or buyer's remorse when the credit card bill shows up. That financial strain creates more stress, which, you guessed it, leads to more emotional spending. It's a vicious vortex that drains your bank account and your mental health, leaving you with a closet full of stuff you didn't need and a mountain of debt you never wanted. The solution here is to build a little space between feeling and acting. Before you make an unplanned purchase, try the 24-hour rule. Just wait one day. More often than not, the emotional urge fades. In that waiting period, ask yourself, why do I really want this? Am I trying to fix an emotional problem with a financial product? Figure out your triggers. If stress makes you shop, find a healthier outlet like going for a run or calling a friend. If social media envy is your downfall, curate your feed or just put the phone down. Track your spending so you can see where the emotional purchases are hiding. Taking back control starts with understanding the why behind your buy. Hey, if you're getting value out of this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're all about giving you the no-nonsense financial strategies you need to build real wealth without the fluff. 5. Walking the high wire with no safety net. The fifth trap is the one that leaves you completely exposed, walking the financial high wire without a safety net. In other words, having no emergency fund. The problem is the dangerous belief that a cash reserve is optional. "I'll just put an emergency on my credit card" is a terrifyingly common plan. But life is unpredictable. A sudden job loss, a medical scare, an urgent car repair. These things happen and they don't check your bank balance first. Without a cash cushion, these predictable surprises will force you onto high-interest credit cards or loans, throwing you right back into the debt trap we just talked about. The danger here is catastrophic. A single unexpected bill can wipe out years of hard work. A study from Vanguard found that having an emergency fund of at least $2,000 is one of the single best predictors of financial well-being. People without one spend nearly twice as many hours every week just worrying about money. It's a constant state of low-grade anxiety, living on the edge, knowing that one unlucky break could make your whole financial world collapse. The solution is to make building your emergency fund priority number one. Yes, even before investing. The standard advice is to save 3 to 6 months worth of essential living expenses. I know that number sounds huge, so start small. Make your first goal $1,000. Then build from there. Open a separate, high-yield savings account just for this. Name it Do Not Touch Fund if you have to. Automate weekly transfers, even if it's just 20. That's still over $1,000 in a year. This fund isn't an investment, it's insurance. It's insurance against life, and it buys you peace of mind, which is priceless. 6. The ignorance is bliss. Delusion. Fatal trap number 6 is born from pure avoidance. The ignorance is bliss. Delusion. This is simply the failure to know your own numbers. Here's the problem. For a lot of people, budgeting, tracking spending, and checking a credit score feels tedious, restrictive, or even shameful. They'd rather not know how much they're really spending on DoorDash or how much damage has been done to their credit. So they just don't look. But winging it with your finances is like trying to drive across the country with no map, no GPS, and no road signs. You're not going to end up where you want to go. This trap is so dangerous because you cannot fix what you do not measure. Without knowing where your money is going, it's impossible to plug the leaks. You're flying blind, guaranteeing you'll overspend and miss your goals. A bad credit score, for example, can cost you tens of thousands of dollars over a lifetime in higher interest on everything from a mortgage to a car loan. Ignoring these numbers doesn't make them go away. It just lets the problems get bigger in the dark. The solution is to turn on the lights. Embrace your numbers. This doesn't mean you need a crazy spreadsheet with 50 tabs. You can use a simple app or a framework like the 50-30-20 rule, 50% of your income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. The tool you use matters way less than the habit you build. Check your credit score for free. Glance at your bank statements. The goal isn't to judge your past self, it's to empower your future self. Knowledge is power, and knowing your financial vital signs is the first step toward getting financially healthy. 7. The playing it safe fallacy. And finally, the 7th fatal trap, a sneaky one that often catches the most diligent savers, the playing it safe fallacy. The problem here is the deeply ingrained belief that the safest place for your money is a standard savings account. earning basically nothing. People are terrified of the stock market's ups and downs, so they hoard cash, thinking they're protecting their money. But here's the brutal truth. For your long-term goals, keeping your money in cash is not safe. It is a guaranteed way to lose purchasing power every single year. Why? One word: inflation. If inflation is at 3% and your savings account is paying you 0.5%, you are actively losing 2.5% of your money's value every single year. Your dollars are silently eroding, becoming worth less and less. The wealthy understand this. They know that every dollar needs a job. The solution is to understand the crucial difference between short-term savings and long-term investing. Yes, your emergency fund, money you might need tomorrow, belongs in a safe, liquid savings account. But money you won't touch for 5, 10, or 30 years needs to be invested so it can grow and crush inflation. You don't have to be a stock-picking wizard. You can start with simple, low-cost index funds or ETFs that give you a slice of the entire market. This is a diversified, historically proven way for the average person to build serious wealth. The biggest risk isn't a temporary dip in the market. The biggest risk is standing perfectly still while inflation eats your future for lunch. So there they are, the 7 fatal financial traps. The golden handcuffs of lifestyle creep, the quicksand of high-interest debt, the myth of "I'll start later," the emotional spending vortex, walking the high wire with no safety net, the ignorance is bliss delusion, and the playing it safe fallacy. Just recognizing these traps is the most important step. You're now armed with the knowledge to spot them, dodge them, and escape them if you're already caught. This isn't about being perfect. It's about making progress. It's about making conscious choices that get you closer to the life you actually want to live. You have the power to take control of your financial story, and you can start today. Thanks for watching. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button and share it with someone you think needs to hear it. And I want to know, which one of these traps are you going to tackle first? Let us know in the comments below. For more strategies on building real, lasting wealth, make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.